Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at kami po ngayon ay magkakasama by Zoom dito po sa The Hague, no? Ito po ang kauna-unahang updates from The Hague. So we will call this updates from The Hague number 1. Ang mga inaasahan nating mga pangyayari ngayong araw, it is now 7:51 in the morning here at The Hague. At 9 o'clock po, makakapasok muli sa kulungan si Executive Secretary Bingbong Medialdea. No? Pero kagabi po, kami po ay nagdala sa preso ng sinyelas, ng extra pajamas at mga gamot. No? Gumawa rin po ng liham para papasukin yung mga gamot kasi kinukumpirma ko po na yung mga gamot ni PRRD ay hindi po sapat, no? Yung gamot na daladala niya nung siya ay nagpunta dito sa The Hague. Now, ang balita ko po ay mayroong mga substitute na gamot na binibigay kay PRRD pero nag-iwan na po kagabi nung mga gamot niya at may liham na mas mabuti na makuha ni Presidente Duterte yung gamot na talagang pinirescribe sa kanya. So kahapon po, it was delivered kasama yung mga sinyelas at yung karagdagang mga kumot around 8 o'clock in the evening. Okay? 8 o'clock in the evening. Pero hindi po kumpirmado na yan ay naibigay na kay Presidente Duterte. So at 9 o'clock po, makakabalik po si ES Medialdea sa detention facility. Now, si Vice President Sara po, including myself, and Senator Robin Padilla, sent not a letter, but filled up all the documents para kami po ay makapagbisita kay Presidente Duterte araw-araw, no? We specify the dates of Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, no? So on and so forth. Hoping na hindi na kinakailangan mag-apply on a daily basis. Pero hindi po naaktuhan. Kaya nga po importante na makapasok kami as counsel. Kasama po ako dyan at saka yung si Attorney Nicholas Hoffman dahil talagang hindi ko po kayo makakapasok doon as counsel unless meron ng written conforme si President Duterte. And ang problema po, we have not had any opportunity to confer with the President. Nakita po ni VP Sara si Mr. President last Friday, hindi po siya nakapagpirma ng conforme to legal representation. Ang una pong nakalagay doon ay yung pangalan ko at pangalan ni VP Sara. Kaya naman po si VP Sara is being accredited as legal counsel para nga po magkaroon siya ng right to visit in and out na unfettered. Kasi kung relative, kada pasok mo, meron kang application na pipirmahan. But as legal counsel, she will have the right to confer with President Duterte, no, as required, no. So mas gusto po namin yon pero hindi po yan paglabag sa kahit anong probisyon ng ating domestic law. Yan po ay para lang siya ay makapaglabas-pasok dun sa detention facility. Pero hindi po nga natin alam kung kailan maaaktuhan yung, well, unang-una, hindi pa mo natin alam kung kailan mapipirmahan ni Presidente Duterte. Kasi nung bumisita siya last Friday, pinagbawalan po siya, may dala-dala siyang papel at coupon bond, pinagbawalan siya na magpasok ng papel at coupon bond, no? So, pero ngayon po, we're hoping si ES Medialdea can facilitate the signing of the appointment as legal counsel, no? Now, I'm
Mm.
also confirming na yung napili ni VP Sara as lead, Nicholas Hoffman, has arrived yesterday and that we are meeting at 10 o'clock, no? The idea is to meet so that after the visit of ES Medialdea, pwede kaming mabigyan ng briefing kung anong nangyari at malaman kung nakapirma na ng appointment of counsel, no? Importante po kasi na talaga mapirmahan yung appointment of counsel kasi sa ngayon po, ang tanging may access lang kay Presidente ay si ES Medaldea as his counsel. Once po napagbigyan ng VP Sara, pero I repeat po, hindi po napagbigyan over the weekend and conceivably, hindi po namin alam kung mapagbibigyan yung request namin tatlo, no, ni Senator Robin Padilla and VP Sara na makabisita araw-araw for this week. So talagang importante po talaga na we enter our appearance as counsel for him. Now, lilinawin ko lang po, no? VP Sara described Attorney Hoffman as the lead counsel, pero ang decision pong kinakailangang gawin ni Presidente ay ito. Siya ba ay will be represented by a team to be funded by the Legal Defense Fund of the court or kung siya ay talagang magbabayad ng sarili niyang representation. Kung siya po ay kukuha ng court funding, ang budget po ng korte is for three lawyers, lead counsel, co-counsel, case manager, one investigator, and one admin staff. Well, hindi pa pala po na-increase yung halaga na binibigay for legal aid. It is roughly 40,000 euros a month. Now, considering po the cost of foreign lawyers, I can assure you that's nothing. So the decision has to be made by the former president if he will hire private counsel. If he decides to to hire a private counsel, unlimited po yung lawyers na po pwede niyang i-hire. Okay? Subject again to recognition by the court registry, no? So that is a decision that President Duterte has to make, I think, today, no? Beyond that po, ang pangako ko sa inyo is meron din kaming meeting at 10 o'clock. It will proceed, miski malilate po si ES Medialdea. And the reason is hindi pa po nakikita si Attorney Hoffman at saka si VP Sara. No? And yun nga po, we were hoping na masama na sana ni ES Medialdea, si VP Sara at saka si Attorney Hoffman, man lang. Pero wala pa pong confirmation as of now. And the meeting is scheduled at 9. No? So, nagparating din ng mensahe si ES Medialdea na he will be late for the 10 o'clock kasi meron pa palang mga registration protocols doon and the meeting is only strictly for 1 hour. So, he expects to finish with his visit today at 11. So, mauuna kaming magpulong na tatlo ni VP Sara at ni Attorney Hoffman and we will await the arrival of ES Medialdea. So, that's the updates po and I promise that if VP Sara would want to, after our legal meeting, I will let her announce kung ano na pagkasunduan. And also, whatever happens, I will schedule ES Medialdea for a briefing, no? Dahil siya pala talaga ang nakakakita kay Presidente, bukod ko Inday Sara last Friday. So I'll take questions now, please.
Attorney Roque Marie, sumali po, GMA.
Go ahead.
Three things. Sir, has Attorney Kaufman accepted the position as legal counsel? Number two, if may binanggit po kayo na si Presidente will be given the choice whether to pay for it or yung court will be the one to pay for it. Kung mag-hire siya ng unlimited, siya bang magbabayad para dun sa mga ibang mga counsels? Dahil kapag ba yung korte ang magbabayad, 5 lang ang magiging bahagi ng kanyang legal team. And then the third one, si Vice President was immediate family. Hindi po siya mabibigyan ng same or easy access as being a lawyer.
Okay, unahin ko muna is nandito si Attorney Hoffman and I suppose that's an acceptance because hindi naman siya lilipad kung hindi naman niya ina-accept. No? But he has not had the opportunity to meet with VP Sara. That will happen at 10 o'clock today. Secondly, tama po, kapag korte ang magbabayad, 3 abogado lang po ang babayaran ng hukom. Lead counsel, co-counsel, case manager. Tapos meron pong admin staff at merong isang investigator. Yun lang po ang budget nila. And given naman the living standards in Europe, maliit po talaga yon. Pangatlo, nais ko pong malaman kung talagang magbabayad si dating Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte ng sarili niyang counsel, no? Kasi that's a decision that he will have to make himself. Dahil alam ko naman, ako talaga nakita ko lang yung bahay niya sa Davao matapos na manilbihan sa kanya at kailan lang ito, I was amazed at how humble his residence was, no? So I do not know what the decision of the president will be.
And with the Vice President po.
Ano yung pangatlong question?
She is immediate family.
Iba
Ibig
pa rin
sabihin
siyempre ang karapatan ng legal counsel sa family members. Yung legal counsel talaga as a matter of right, hindi mo po pwedeng i-deprive ng visitation rights no, under any circumstance. And it will also affect the privacy of the meeting because the meeting between counsel and the detained person should not be taped or recorded in any way. But of course, all meetings between family members and everyone else can be taped and censored if need be.
Kaya hihilingin po niya na maging parte siya ng legal team.
Yun lang po ang dahilan niya dahil kinakailangan niya ng access sa tatay niya na hindi siya susulat ng individual letter kada gusto niyang pumunta. We take it kasi nag-file kaming tatlo ng isang letter specifying the days of the week. Hindi inaktuhan. So we take it, it really has to be a daily request.
Mhm.
Um, so ganun ka-cumbersome yung process kung family member ka, whereas it is really facilitated if you're legal counsel.
Thank you, Attorney.
Attorney, I
Yes?
have three questions, but let me ask isa-isa para maayos. So yung una, alam ko magbi-meet pa lang talaga with Attorney Kaufman. Teka lang, let me pin your video. Ayan, may meeting pa lang with Attorney Kaufman. Hindi ko sure kung natuloy yung kahapon na meeting nyo with
Hindi
the
natuloy kahapon.
hindi natuloy.
Nagpahinga the whole day, kahapon si VP and Saturday. Kasi nga, ever since she arrived, hindi na siya natulog for 2 days straight, no?
Mhm.
So she took the weekend off.
Alright. So, hindi na tuloy, magmi-meeting pa lang. Pero off the bat, kayo po ba, syempre from the Philippines na mga legal counsel ng Pangulo, pwede nyo ba sa aming i-share kung ano yung mga pinag-aaralan yung posibleng moves at pwedeng i-consult also with Attorney Kaufman later?
That would not be fair to Attorney Kaufman. If there is any announcement relative to case handling, it will have to be decided by the team. Number one, what it will be, and number two, what will be released to the public. Kaya sana maintindihan ninyo that since there's going to be a team, I'm not at liberty to speak, no, all the time because I have to be collegial, no. I'm also being very careful because it's not the first time I've had to work with foreign counsels. I've had many international arbitration, pero that's really the norm, no? Sense of collegiality. So I will also have to inform them the information that I will release insofar as it affects strategy of the defense team. Okay?
And in relation to that, sir, ano ba ang dapat naming asahan? Kasi syempre, sabi, September 23 ang susunod nating pagdinig. Pero in case you are going to file any petitions as an ICC expert, sir, how will that happen?
I think the court said naman it is without prejudice to earlier hearings, no? But the confirmation of the charges, which focuses, of course, on the issue of jurisdiction and the issue of elements of the crime, was set for September 25. But that is without prejudice to filing a motion that could possibly be heard by the court. Okay?
Okay. And then the second question, Attorney Harry, you mentioned naman kanina na you will address na rin yung questions
Yes.
about yourself, concerning yourself. Malacanang just said to Duterte supporters that they should also encourage you to come back to the Philippines and face the arrest warrant from the House of Representatives. Sir, what do you say to this?
I cannot come home. I have to defend my president as a member of the list council of the ICC at The Hague. Yan naman po ay alam na ng lahat na sa mulat mula. Una po ako yung kauna-unang Pilipino na naging miyembro ng list council. Ngayon po, 5. Tatlo doon sa 5, dalawa doon ay dati kong kasama. In fact, that my two former partners are representing the victims. Kaya po kami naghiwa-hiwalay sa law office because of yung dalawa kong partners opted to represent the victims. And after my stint as POX, of course, I said, I've already been advising the president on ICC even when I was POX. And I can confirm that as early as 2019, I've been advising him on ICC matters. So, kinailangan po kami maghiwa-hiwalay as a law office and as legal partners. No? So, I'm sorry, I cannot come home. I have to defend my president.